taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Hello everyone and welcome to a new series in Morrowind. I have been doing a playthrough in Oblivion of taking the character that I did my first complete playthrough of Morrowind through Oblivion, because Oblivion basically takes place only a few years after the end of Morrowind. I thought it would be interesting to take the same sort of, well, a similar sort of build, because obviously there's different skills and different setups in Morrowind and Oblivion, but try to take a similar kind of build through Oblivion. Obviously you can't get that same sort of continuity through Skyrim, not because it takes place 200 years later, because obviously the Nerevarine is immortal, but because Skyrim has a totally different skill and leveling up system. However, I realised that the problem is that obviously I did that playthrough of Morrowind before I decided I wanted to do any sort of videos on this, and I have been doing a series in Morrowind, but it's been in a totally different character and completely and utterly sort of scattershot. I've been mainly focusing on the Tamriel rebuilt mods and things like that, and not really doing a lot of things in the main game. So what I thought would be really interesting is to take the knowledge and everything I have from having played this game so many times now and basically redo my first run through the game with the same character and try to present this as just a really focused playthrough, really focusing in predominantly on the main quest. We'll do some guild stuff and stuff as we need to around it. Depending on the interest, we might even end up taking the character through to become Guildmaster. On our build, we'll at least be able to do Fighters Guild and Mages Guild, potentially some other stuff. We'll see how much interest it gets. But anyway, we're going to kick things off here, naming our character. Okay, so this is the thing that if I was redoing and I had the free choice of doing a character, I would not go with an orc. I think the orcs are one of the better races in Morrowind. Definitely one of the better races in Morrowind. That honestly, at least for probably the most balanced playthrough, these days I'd probably do a Nord. I think out of everything, I think they had the best balance of combat skills as well as the frost and shock immunity actually being really, really useful against a lot of the mages in this game, because it means that you only really have to focus on building up some sort of fire immunity on top of that. However, the orcs do have a 25% flat Magicka resistance, which is very good, and obviously Berserk is kind of ridiculously busted as well, and they've got a decent amount of starting skills too. But obviously, because we are redoing an already existing character, we are going to stick with the orc. Lots of interesting faces in here. I'm pretty sure most of these are the Tamriel rebuilt faces. Let's go pretty standard. That's a pretty cool one. Yeah, I want to give her the spiky hair. Where is the spiky hair? Do we want to go for that one? Oh, that one's kind of cool. Yeah, let's go with that. I like that. Okay, obviously going to make our own custom class here. Focus on combat, strength, and endurance. Okay, so we're going to predominantly focus. We actually almost got everything that we want to do here. I think we're going to swap out armorer for axe. Swap out heavy armor for restoration. I'm going to swap out blunt weapon for athletics. Over here, we're going to put all of our less useful skills. So I want to go for... I'm gonna. Last time I went for conjuration, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go for mysticism and alteration because they're going to be more useful as far as the magics go. Going to throw some acrobatics in there. I know, I already had block, didn't I? No, block's going to go over here because otherwise it's not really useful. They're probably going to... Actually, no, I'm not going to put alchemy because I'm going to boost that early through Ajira. Last time I did go with destruction, but I barely ever found myself ever using any of those destruction spells. And honestly, if I was going to go anything in destruction, I'd probably use something that's enchanted instead. And I also did do sneak, but honestly, sneak's kind of useless, and I barely use that either. So I think I'm going to put heavy armor in there just so we've got some versatility in what we're going to get, and it's easier to get heavy armor earlier on. So yeah, we're going to go with that. And then Lady most likely is going to get us... Steed to go fast is nice. Warrior just for that flat 10% attack. It's kind of boring, but that early hit chance on weapons is really good. But I think my axe level is going to start high enough that that doesn't matter so much. Well, because we're only going to be using the Magicka for... I think we go boring. I think we just go with Lady. Yeah, look at that. We're starting with 85 endurance. So it's 40 intelligence and 45 willpower is actually pretty good. 55 strength. Speed is low. I really don't like speed being that low. What have I got? What's the easiest thing to train that levels speed? Because I'm probably going to want to rush that up super early. Is it unarmored? Unarmored gets speed. Not a lot of stuff does. Short blade. And hand to hand. We'll leave it as that for now because the health is going to matter more. Starting off with, I think. Yeah, axe is already up at 40. Blocks 45. Medium armor's 45. Yeah, and heavy armor's 30. Okay, yeah, no, that'll do. Okay, so we're going to grab that. We're going to do our typical pinch the platter, pop it down. Yeah. Calm down. And then we move through this way. The only thing that's really worth grabbing from here is I can sell that and need the lockpick. Flynn may be useful. That'll do for now. Okay, going to grab all of... Well, not all of this, I'll take that. Going to take that. Hello, Celis. Just while you're... Excuse me. While you're... You're just going to keep looking at me. This is a new thing that I just learned. Just need to get this out the way for a second. You can yoink, because they still won't arrest you for stealing, even in here. So you can actually just help yourself to this warehouse key. Now, I don't know how many people actually knew that, but I sure did not until very recently. I was watching someone's video. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description. Anyway, Fargoth, let's give you your ring back so that we can get more money when we sell the things. And just over here is the Census and Excise warehouse, which even though it's marked red because I have the key, I can just hop straight in. Now, there are a couple of guards around here, so we're just got to be a little bit careful. But they've got, like, look, straight away, here's a bunch of armor. Take that. There's some boots. Some gloves. Some good weapons. Ammunition. Halberds kind of spears, aren't they? No, is that heather? There's some heather. Nice. There's a shield. Sweet, got a shield. Steel helm 15. That's actually better and lighter. Bunch of skooma and stuff, obviously stuff that's been borrowed from the citizenry. Confiscated, that's the word I was looking for. Got a pauldron here. I could obviously take and sell the stuff I'm not going to use, but for the time being, I'm actually most likely going to have enough money regardless. So, right there, the only thing we're missing is a weapon. I got really unlucky this time. Last time I went in here, I could swear I got an axe, but that is okay. I have a solution for that. Let's just quickly grab these mushrooms here. Go quickly past this way and just grab. You can take that, and my flint. I'm going to trade that for... I've got an iron war axe right now. That kind of sucks. Oh well, it'll do. Oh, and I need a probe too. It's fine. Okay, we'll get the war axe for now. We've got a little bit of armor. Right, and I want to quickly head over this way. Just to get a little bit more money. And get some levels off these crabs. Now, I'm sure this thing is very well known. However, I did not know about this at all until very recently. I was watching one of Just Background Noises videos. The one where he was using the mod that you get hurt if you lose coins. And I have a feeling like he's actually shown this in other videos of his. But for some reason it never registered until that video. Now you might notice here I'm very deliberately taking my time and just doing weak attacks on these. And you'll see right there why Morrowind, like Oblivion, follows the system where every time you do a thing, you get XP for it. It does not matter how much damage your attack does. It just matters that you do an attack. It doesn't matter how much damage you take. It just matters that you take damage, things like that. So it's best, especially early on when you're trying to level up, to just come along to areas with super weak enemies and just do basic weak attacks and let them wail on you. It's going to train your block. It's going to train your armor. It's going to train your weapons. And this guy's just got 200 gold on him and some nice shoes and some nice clothing so that people aren't going to be rude to me. He is involved in a quest, but I don't believe you actually... I think you actually get less money if you help the quest. And honestly, we don't need to waste that time. No, we got the last of our mushrooms that we need over here. Very nice. We're going to be doing a Jira's quest early on to get some Mage Guild reputation. which is going to unlock a bunch of good vendors for us. Now, I'm taking a little risk. I can do this later, but while I'm in this area, I'm going to take a little risk and I'm going to go straight over and get the Mentor's Ring. I cannot fight the ghost with the weapons I got, but there is a Hellfire Scroll in there that might be worth wasting on him. And it just saves me having to come back. Oh, I missed Tar Heel. Sorry, Tar Heel. There we go. And of course, sorry, Imperial Chain Coif. There is only one hat we can wear. And we're going to have to cover our armor up. There we go. Take those. Take these. Oh, I can use that to fight the... What is my skill? 10 with a long blade. Does that count as a long blade or a short blade? That counts as a long blade. I've got 10 in long blade, but if I go berserk, I can kill him with that. Okay, that's the plan. That way it saves the scroll for later. Fantastic. Look at that. Barely 10 minutes into the game and we are already fully kitted out. Obviously, we're going to get some more armor, but yeah. That's kind of a look for the rest of the game. Thank you, Tar Heel. I'm not super stressed in this run about being too min-maxy with our builds. I'm going to get to a high enough level that it's really not going to matter that much. And one of the mods that I'm running... Let's take a quick rest out here. One of the mods that I'm running affects our health so that it's calculated a little bit differently, so we don't have to stress too much about bumping endurance to 100, but honestly at 85, I'm going to be getting plenty of health. Priority is going to be really trying to get strength up, which is going to go natural because that's most likely how we're going to get a lot of our natural levels. From there, obviously, speed would be amazing. And then... I don't know, we'll sort of just float the rest of the levels where they go from there. Okay, let's just quickly do that. And then we should be easily able to... 104%, look at that, easy peasy. I can probably... Oh, that's a Bone Walker. That sucks. Well, that's really unlucky. Well, he didn't get me. That is really unlucky. That's usually a skeleton in there. Deary me. Okay, let's rest for a few hours so that we skip the Berserk debuff. Very nice. Scroll of Hellfire for later. And switch back to the axe. Okay. Very good. Now what we need to do is disarm this trap. Come on. Give me a slow one. Sometimes with skill this low, it's worth doing it on the auto. Look, we've got 12 tries and a 12% success rate. Okay, let's go. Ready? One. Oh, first try. Very nice. And that gets us the Mentor's Ring. That's plus 10 intelligence and willpower. Very good. And nothing in the chest. Sometimes there's something in the chest. There's usually nothing in the chest. Okay. And there's one last thing I like to do while we are here in Seyda. And that is do a quick run through the Smuggler's Cave. And the reason that we want to do that is it should have a little bit of extra armor and weapons for us if we're lucky. Otherwise, we'll just get the rest of the stuff we need in Balmora. Okay, I'm just going to rest up here to reset Berserk. Don't really need it, but it's just going to let me get through here a lot quicker. That's so busted. Oh, whoops. No agility. No, I meant to be stun locking you. Stop it. Okay, maybe don't mess around with the quick attacks. We'll just get the guaranteed heavy hits. Oh, shoot. Whoop. Heal. Ow. Right. Extra lockpick and probe. Very nice. Take a quick little rest here so that we don't get the debuff. Very nice. Got some gold. Now there's moon sugar in here. Oh, and some more heather. Haven't got any willow, have you? No. I will take this moon sugar at least, because I can sell this to Revere and the Schema. A little bit of extra money. Oh, I'm not getting lucky with the drops today. I've got steel war axes out of here before. Bug musk could be useful. Get some more money when selling things. Soul trap on juicies, that's always useful. Cyrodiilic brandy's always useful. You can see, because I've got no alchemy levels, I can't see what these do. Usually it's really worth taking alchemy as a minor skill just so you can actually see what potions do. But the benefit of us not taking it as a minor skill is that we can train it up freely with Ajira when she likes us, and it's not going to affect our level at all. It's a really easy way to get some intelligence every time we level up. And of course we always come over and free the slaves. I'm not really planning to do that quest, but you know, if we happen to see them, we will always let them go. There we go. Okay, well, unfortunately didn't get much luck this time outside of the couple of scrolls. So we'll just get the rest of what we need in Balmora. In fact, we might actually just leg it over that way, because I know for a fact Pelegiad has some steel armor lying around in the chapel that you can just pick up. And it also means I can grab the rest of the flowers for Ajira while we're going this way too. Again, from just background noise, I found out that you can literally just buy 2 of them from her and get the other ones from I think it's the clothes seller or the bookshop. One of them has just got them growing there. However, it's always nice taking a little stroll over this way to Pelegiad, and we can pick up the flowers that we need on the way too. We'll be back here in a little bit to do the tomb. Sometimes I go in there early, but because I haven't got any weapons that can fight ghosts easily, and I currently really don't... It's Willow, isn't it? I don't think it's Black Anther. It's one of them. I'll grab them anyway. I currently don't really have a good option for dealing with Bone Walkers either. I'd like to get a Restore Strength potion, potentially. I already got some heather. Some gold cannet. Now, for some reason, I always had it in my head, and I have no idea why, that you needed 5 of each. I have no idea why. I always used to run around here and everywhere else until I have 5 of each. Same with the mushrooms. I don't know why I used to think it was 5 of each. As far as I know, you literally just need 1 of each. I could be about to be proved wrong when I get over to Ajira, but having watched other people do this, as far as I'm aware, they only ever get 1 of each. But like I said, still worth coming this way because what I should have done is I should have got a scroll of Almcivi. Should have got an Almcivi intervention scroll back in Seyda because I could have just walked straight over to Balmora. That's fine. I can just walk over there and chop it out. Yeah, see, all of this is just free for the taking. So we can get some greaves and a cuirass just for ourselves. Sadly, still not anything else useful. Also, if you got really unlucky with the stoneflower, there's a bunch of stoneflower petals right there. I'm pretty sure we can just help ourselves to this gold as well. Very good. So now we've got some greaves and we've got a cuirass. Yes. Okay, well, I'm just going to wander over to Balmora. Now I'll chop this part out of the video and we'll meet up over there. Unless the armor has got something interesting. Yay. No, surprisingly he's not bothered by the moon sugar. Usually that's a problem. They won't sell to you if you've got moon sugar, but I guess he doesn't buy it anyway, so maybe he's not bothered by it. See, steel battle axe would be good, but you can't block while you use a battle axe. And I like blocking. Get a... I need a right pauldron. Definitely get that. Don't happen to have any gauntlets, do you? I think all I'm missing now is the right gauntlet. Yeah. I got a left and a left pauldron. I just don't have any... Yeah, you're not selling any either. No, well, we'll take the pauldron anyway. Better than nothing. Very weird mishmash of armor at the moment. Okay, back to Balmora. And here we are back in Balmora. No, not back in Balmora, well, in Balmora. I decided it would be quicker to take the Silt Strider instead of actually running all the way around. I don't know if it actually was, but judging from the distance, I would reckon that it would be. And of course, first thing we do whenever we get to Balmora is just quickly run through all of these crates. Yes, yes, yes. On our way to go see Caius. And I realise I really should be summarising the story. I know most people probably know the story, but on the off chance that you don't, basically we've been sent to Morrowind, as you saw in the opening thing. We don't really know why, and no one here in Morrowind really knows why either. All we know is that we've been given orders to report. See, we've got some sort of coded package here. Do not attempt to read the documents. Oh, your tampering will be discovered and punished. Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so we've been given orders to report to Caius Casades, who is a member of the Blades, which is the Imperial Spies. And that's about all we know. So let's pop into Caius. Hope he doesn't get upset that I read that package. Okay, he didn't get upset. Okay, thank goodness for that. Now, I am ready for my orders. We're the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone. Improve your modest skills with our blades trainers, or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away. Alright. So he gives us some money, asks us to go and look and check out some of the guilds. And then he also tells us to check out Hasphat and Bolus at the Balmora Fighters Guild. We're to ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine cult and the Sixth House cult. You have to do him a favour first, probably an ugly favour, but do it, then get the information and report back. Hasphat is a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little bit of education. A few history books here. So yeah, you kind of get this huge big dump, and if you can talk to him about all of this stuff and find out about the Nerevarine. Some Dunmer believe that an orphan and outcast will one day unite all the tribes of the Dunmer, drive out the invaders of Morrowind, and re-establish the ancient laws and customs of the Dark Elven nations. Call this orphan outcast the Nerevarine, and say that the Nerevarine will be the reincarnation of the long-dead Dunmer general and first councillor, Lord Indaril Nerevar. And the 6th house trust informant says there is a secret cult associated with some strange events recently, and most importantly, my informant thinks that the recent disturbances are related in some ways to the Nerevarine prophecies. Yeah. So it's our job to investigate these cults. You can see here... No, you will let me take your book. That's funny. We don't really need to rest or anything right now, unless we... Oh, it is night. I might just rest so that it's not so dark outside. Okay. It's still dark. It's raining. So we're going to go over and we're going to join up with the guilds, as he suggested. We will grab the thing for Hasphat. I might not do it straight up. I'm definitely going to zip through... No, let's do Hasphat's thing first, because that's quick and easy and to get out the way. I'll go do that. Every now and again you get something interesting in these crates. I have got enchanted axes in here before, but never when I'm using a character that uses axes. Always get it with all my other characters. I always get an enchanted axe in one of these, but I never, ever, ever get it with a character that I can actually use it. Okay, let's go get rid of this moon sugar, actually. Let's hit up... Is this Revere's here? This is Revere's here. Hi, Revere. I'm going to give you some moon sugar. There you go, and some skooma. There you go. 601. Do you have anything I want? So you got these bound weapons, but they're not really anything I can use, sadly. And all your armor is light. Never mind, you can have that for 600. No problem with that. Okay. Do we want to hit up the armorer? Let's hit up the armorer. Oh, that was a sword. Damn it, I'm getting nothing but swords this time. I don't know if it just rolls the dice for whatever you don't have. Hello. Yes, I would like... You have a steel battle axe. Man, I'm getting battle axes absolutely everywhere. Do you have a gauntlet? And is it something I can use? No, they're all light. That is very annoying. It's very annoying. Okay. Never mind. That's fine. Okay, let's pop into the Fighters Guild. We are going to join with the Fighters Guild to get a discount on training. And we will grab some orders from you. We'll go deal with the rats. We'll get around to that at some stage. Alright. Let's get some health potions from here. Always very useful. And we'll take a couple of repair hammers as well. Not too many because they are heavy. That states my equipment in. That's pretty good. Okay, Hasphat is just over here. One of these offer unarmored training. Athletics does speed. We can get some athletics training from you. Okay, that's good. And you do hand-to-hand. I can get a bunch of... Yeah, I'm going to grab while we're just standing here. Wouldn't mind getting 5 levels in speed. This one. Stop walking around. Need to get that up to 15. Now, this is the most important thing to get money for in this game. It's just for buying training for level ups. And we need to be level 3 for the next part of the main quest anyway. I really want those speed levels as soon as possible. There you go. Right, thank you for the training. Where'd you go? And you are going to want me to go over to Arkngthand and get a Dwemer puzzle cube. And they really make it this quest This quest is a beginner trap, this one. 100%. I did my first playthrough entirely blind, and I ran through this entire dungeon. I must have been about 25 minutes in that dungeon. Now, before I go, join up with the Mages Guild. And if for some reason you do not know where this cube is, I'm going to show you. Why am I walking past you? Gotta join up. Join the Mages Guild. Thank you very much. Don't need to do anything. I just want to rob your crate. Okay, gonna get some Restore Magicka potions. Going to get Civi and Divine. Yep, that'll do. Yeah, and it's 100% a beginner's trap. Because the cube is literally in the very first room that you can go into in the dungeon. It's just hidden really, really, really well. I'm certain I had to look up a walkthrough in the end. I went everywhere in there and I could not find it. I actually don't even think I found the room that it was in, let alone that it was in that room. It's very, very sneaky. And it's very weird because none of the other dungeons are like this. It's not like it's a puzzle. It's not like it's just for some reason they decided that the very first quest you ever do should be to this loopy-loo dungeon looking for this teeny tiny thing. It's tiny. It doesn't stand out, doesn't glow, doesn't do anything to make it interesting. They hid it in the darkest corner of the room possible. Yeah. So I can see up there in the distance, that is Arkngthand. That is a not Dwemer. What are they called? What do they call them? The dwarves. Yeah, Dwemer. Dwemer. I was getting Dwemer and Dummer mixed up. Showing off my Elder Scrolls knowledge there, getting the bloody race that's confused. Yeah. So it's a Dwemer ruin. Not as cool as the Skyrim Dwemer ruins, sadly. They're usually pretty big, pretty empty, and maybe have like 1 or 2 enemies, if you're lucky. And oftentimes they're not even Dwemer enemies. Sometimes they are. Some of the later ones are, but yeah. There's the one thing about Morrowind is that the dungeon design, not great. Probably the worst dungeons in the series. Not counting Arena because I haven't played it. And yes, you know, Daggerfall's a mess. But they feel like dungeons. Oh, please don't summon. You know, ow. Just stop it. You know, I'm not even dealing with it. Excuse me. No, I didn't foul. Rude. Oh, I should have gone berserk. I keep pressing the wrong button. I've been playing too many games where C is a cast button. You out of Magicka yet? Come on. Jeez, how much Magicka has this guy got? There we go. Of course. Jeez, haven't had trouble with Snowy for a while. You've just got an Iron War Axe. No, never mind. So, I was distracted. I was distracted complaining about dungeons. Yeah. Daggerfall's dungeons I've really come around on, because as much as they are a mess, they really feel like dungeons. They feel like these ridiculously imposing, crazy places. Oblivion's dungeons visually can be a little bit bland, but a lot of times they're big, they're sprawling, they've got really interesting designs, they've got a lot of combat encounters, and Skyrim's obviously are great. Yes, sometimes the puzzles are a little on the easy side, but, you know, they have puzzles, they have environmental puzzles, they have, you know, things that make it involve. Morrowind, for all of its strengths, the dungeons are bland looking, bland to get through, And yeah, just not great. Okay, come on. Let's get my fatigue back up. Come on, come over here. There we go. Axes are really good when you can get a big hit off, especially the two-hand axes. I just like having block early on. Okay, so this is the way. See, big bright light. This is where it looks like you need to go. Do not go that way. It is a trap. You will wander through the rest of this dungeon for no reason. Instead, you need to go up this path that it looks like, so you can barely, you got to be in exactly the right spot or jump to get up it. It doesn't even look like you can come up here. And then have to come over here to where this guy is. There we go. I've got some unjuicies today, thank you. And if you're very lucky and you kill him over in this corner, you might just happen to spot the Doma puzzle box. If not, I mean, yeah. So there you go. And then from here, we're just going to take an Civi straight back to Balmora. There we go. Actually, while we're at the temple here, let's quickly pop downstairs. Check in on the basement wizards, because I'm pretty sure that they have... bare minimum, they should have Civi. I wonder if they got Mark and Recall too. Mark and Recall would be great. Hello. You're really annoyed at me. I'm going to take some Telvanni Bug Musk. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, she sells Stoneflower too. That's hilarious. And Willow Ampher. Okay, so you can come buy it from her. What was I doing? Spells. Okay, Civi. Recall. Fortify fatigue would be nice. I was hoping he might have had a restore fatigue. Is it you that's got restore fatigue? Oh, you do have Mark. That's good. Definitely take Mark. Oh, I know where it is. It's the guy upstairs. I like Restore Fatigue spell because it's useful in combat and it's also really, really good for training up your restoration really easy. Because you can make a very cheap to cast one that just restores a certain amount over time. And you can just spam it over and over while you're wandering around. Is it you tell us? Rest Ascent Maris, that's it. Restore Fatigue, 1 to 10 points for 20 seconds. There we go. That is what we want. See, that's already... See, I've already got an 80% cast chance on that, so I can just... get 9 casts of that, I think. I've got 50 mana. So, and then as soon as it wears off, you just recast it, and it means you basically never ever run out of fatigue. Especially with the mod that I'm running that changes the way the fatigue works. But even if you're playing in the base game, just pick up Rest of St. Maris from there and get some basic... Like I got, what's my restoration? My restoration is 30, and I've got an 80% cast chance on that. So even if you don't take restoration early, it doesn't take much to train that up to that level, and it is such a good spell to have. Okay, Hasphat. I got your cube for you. Hello. Just what I was looking for. Just let me take this puzzle box and then I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the 6th house and about the Nerevarine. Key, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so House Dagoth is the 6th house, the lost 6th house. In the First Age, House Dagoth betrayed the other great houses during the War of the First Council, was destroyed for their treason. Can answer any question you have, but I'll also give you some notes to give to Caius and recommend some 6th house references. And then the Nerevarine. Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will unite the Dhamma. Nerevar is a legendary hero and saint. Tell Caius that Shan Garab Musgob would be the better person. So yeah, he doesn't really know anything more there than Caius did in the first place. But we did get some new information about the 6th house. So we're going to pop back over now to Caius. And we're also going to go and put a mark in front of Caius's house, because we're going to be going back and forth between there a lot. What is my mark chance? 33. That sucks. Okay, let's roll the dice. We get 3 tries at this. Nope. Oh, look at that. That was lucky. These notes are from Hasphat and Addamasartus. Excellent. I trust he didn't work too hard for them. I looked them over in more detail. But now I have some new orders for you. Glance at the notes to cover the 6th house, but not the Nerevarine cult. Hop on over to Balmora. So down in the corner of the Mages Guild over here is Shan. No. Caius and I have a very satisfactory arrangement, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement if you will complete a little errand. I need the skull of Lavule Andrano. You can find it in the Andrano ancestral tomb, but take care not to upset the natives. Dhamma have some peculiar primitive prejudices against necromancy. Take grave objections to unauthorized tomb visits. Tomb is south of Pelegiad, just off the road, just before you reach the fork, where the road goes to the southwest towards Seyda Neen. May need an enchanted blade. Some spirits are immune to normal weapons. All spirits are immune to normal weapons, in fact. Take this old short sword and maybe these old scrolls. Scroll of Vitality, the scrolls are going to be really useful. The short blade, not so much. I've got 5 points in short blade. And yes, what's this about necromancy? Necromancy is a legitimate discipline, though body and spirit are protected property and may not be used without permission. But in Morrowind, the Dhamma loathe necromancers and put them to death. That's absurd, of course, since the Dhamma summoned their own dead to guard the tombs. Sacred necromancy is righteous, while philosophical necromancy is evil. It's a primitive superstition. Necromancers. No, of course not. I can't teach you spells. I'm not a necromancer. No, absolutely not a necromancer. Sure. What spells do you sell? Oh, she doesn't actually sell necromancy spells. I couldn't remember. I thought that would have been hilarious. Okay. Never mind. We will go deal with that. Those are really bad directions, because Pelegiad is ages away and you have to walk all the way over there. The easiest way to do it is just to travel straight to Seyda Neen, and it's literally around the corner. Now, everyone's always like, oh, you know, Morrowind's really great because you've got to follow directions. Morrowind sucks because everyone gives you the worst directions to get anywhere, constantly. They're always, every direction they give is like the worst way to get anywhere. And it's stupid. Hi, Ajira. Ajira must study local mushrooms. To finish Ajira's reports, Ajira needs samples of luminous rasula, violet coprinus, Bangla's bane, and hyperphagia. Ajira knows you can find all these on the bitter coast. Or you can literally pick them all up in Seyda Neen like I did. Mushrooms, here you go. Yes, these are all good samples. Now I must write the report. Ajira has made potions for you. No great alchemist yet, but Ajira thinks you can use them. The main benefit of doing this quest is it's going to bump her disposition really high, and we'll be able to sell stuff to her. Okay, anything else we can do for you, Ajira? Has more duties. Ajira made a bet with Gabadir. Ajira made a bet with Gabadir that Ajira would be a journeyman before Gabadir. Now Ajira must study these mushrooms and write a report. Ajira wants you to give yes. Azura has made a fake soul gem. Take it and put it in Gabadir's desk. I love that it doesn't matter what game it is. Everything post-Morrowind, really, paints the Mages Guild as just a bunch of dorks. Just pranks and stupid stuff. Honestly, even a lot of the Mages Guild quests in Daggerfall are super dorky. And of course, not only are we going to put the fake soul gem in, but we are going to steal all of her stuff because it's all worth a lot of money. There we go. Fake soul gem. Boink. Take those ones. And yeah, that'll do. Just remember to don't do any enchanting with her or sell anything back, because she will know that we pinched her stuff. I'm going to go find a different enchanter somewhere. Hi, Gabadir. Has Claire put a fake soul gem in? Yes. And you put... Adira, thanks you. Adira must now study local flowers. This quest is hilarious when you do it like this, because this whole quest takes place in, like, 10 seconds without you leaving, and no part of the story makes any sense because of it. Adira needs samples of gold, cannet, stoneflower, willow amber, and heather. And wouldn't you know it? We've already got all of them. Here they are. Here's the ones that we need. Any more duties? Adira is very sorry. Adira has much work to do. Maybe you fetch a new ceramic bowl. I should grab that at the start, and then I could have immediately given it to her. I always forget to get the bowl. Now, she tells you to go to Revere, which is around the corner, which is a justification to make the next part of this quest make sense. However, Ranis here has a ceramic bowl that we can literally just yoink. Go straight back down here. And miraculously, somehow, during this whole time that we've been walking around in this Mages Guild, or potentially straight away if you had the bowl already, Gabadir has managed to pinch. You can see here there's nothing under here. Make note of that. Gabadir has managed to pinch all of Adira's reports. Reports that she's literally written in the 5 seconds that we've been here talking to her. Right, got you your bowl, but now Adira must find her stolen reports. Adira needs your help very badly. Gabadir stole Adira's reports on the properties. Did not leave the Mages Guild. Well, no, I know she didn't leave the Mages Guild too, because I've been here. And now, miraculously, if we come over here, oh, it's a quite long, detailed report on flowers that Adira somehow wrote. This is also hilarious. It's worth reading. I love Adira so much. And if we pop upstairs, also where we worked past. I know it's just a game, but I love doing this quest like this because it is absolutely hilarious. They very clearly just presumed that you would just do bits and bobs of this as you did the game, because if you go to, say, Neen to get the mushrooms, it takes ages. If you go to Lake Maya to get the flowers, it takes ages. You know, it totally makes sense. And, you know, if you go to Revere's to get the bowl, gives enough time for all of this to make sense. But obviously, if you metagame and you know exactly what you need to do, this just becomes hilarious. Here are your stolen reports. Adira thanks you. Adira is your friend always. Adira worked very hard on these potions for you. And some of these are actually really, really good potions too. Spell absorption. And she also loves us, which is brilliant. Which means that she will buy and sell from us at the absolute best price that she possibly can. Now, unfortunately, I am going to have to sell all of her lovely potions that she made me back to her. And the reason that I'm going to have to do that is because I need to buy some alchemy training off of her. So I can get some intelligence, and I can also see what my potions are doing. Now, unfortunately, we're basically out of money now, but we will go do a creeper shuffle at some stage and deal with that. But right now, we really don't care about money that much. Okay, I'm going to go and quickly do the Ancestral Tomb now, because again, that's nice and quick and easy. And right here, just around the corner from the Silt Strider at Seyda Neen, is the tomb. So if you were wanting to actually get here from Pelegiad, not only would you have to walk all the way from Balmora to Pelegiad, which takes forever, you'd then still need to walk from Pelegiad all the way over here. So I have absolutely no idea why they would give you those directions and not just say, hey, grab a Silk Strider back to Seyda Neen and literally walk around the corner. No, so as always, the biggest danger in here is going to be the Bone Walkers. So I'm just going to cut my losses right now. Berserk up. Resuscitate Maris for that. Going to hit you with Scorcher. Deal with that nice and quickly. Going to hit you with a Scorcher. Deal with that nice and quickly. Alright, that didn't get my strength. That's lucky. These archers can be a bit annoying too. I always forget which part the skull is in. I know it's somewhere towards the bottom. Let's hopefully just get through here before Berserk runs off. Please stop blocking. No. No. Well, so much for that. Okay. Reset Berserk. Reset this. Okay, it's not that one. Let's not waste our time going that way. Down here? Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Okay. Let's get far enough away that we can... never mind. Okay, well, luckily the skeletons weren't right on top of us when that happened. Yeah, let's just get the heck out of here. Not dealing with these guys in this condition. Now, is that back to Pelegiad? Yes. Okay. If I just get a little bit out of town where I can rest, and then we'll civvy back to Balmora. There you go. Answer all your questions on the Nerevarine cult. The Ashen cult believes that the long-dead hero Nerevar. According to legend, the prophesized Nerevarine will cast down the false gods at the tribunal temple, restore the traditional ancestor worship practiced by the Ashlanders, and drive all the Outlanders from Morrowind. Both Temple and Empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders who care little for Imperial or Temple lore. And she's got some more notes for us too. I'm too broke for training, so we're going to have to go and do... how about instead of doing the Creeper Shuffle, we go and do the basic Fighters Guild quests. Because that is going to get us a little bit of money. That would have been nice if that worked. Save me the walk. And I think Caius gives you a little bit of money as well. But we'll, I am a sleeper. I bring you a message. Dagofer calls you. He is the Lord and Father of the mountain. He sleeps, but when he wakes, we shall rise from our dreams. Thank you so much, Rarian. Whose house was it? Drain. You dark elves. There, straight in front of us. Hello, I'm here about the rats. Worried they'll eat all of my pillows. You like pillows, don't you, Claire? Anyway, I've got one trapped in my bedroom here and the other two are upstairs. That's fine, I will rescue your pillows for you. Rats are no match for me. This hopefully might get me a level up. I hope you're all in the mood for some primo Morrowind combat. Miss. 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 There we go. Miss. No, but better not take the chances with two of them. Yeah, just in case you were wondering, we are playing on 50% difficulty. I find that's a pretty good sweet spot for starting out. I usually kick it up to 100 once we start to get a little bit more overpowered. And of course, this room is, oh, I'll take your money, filled with basically entirely nothing but pillows. Oh, she's got stoneflower petals too. Pillows, pillows, pillows. Definitely gonna rob you though. Sorry. And take your coins. Thank you very much. And we did, in fact, get a level up out of that. Our very first one. It's really good. We can go over, do that. Here, take these 100 septons. Is what I agreed to pay. Very good. Quickly talk to Caius while we're over here. Now, he's not going to give us any more work until we're level 3 now, so we'll focus on some side quests and some training for a while until we get up to level 3. These are Shan's notes. I'm promoting you to Blade's Apprentice. Now give me something to think. Give me some time to think. I'd like to see you at a higher level of conditioning. So it takes us time to polish your skills, and when you're at that level, I'll have new orders. Yeah, so he's not going to give us anything else. But I will grab a quick nap in your bed so that I can level up. Here come the dreams. You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led you among the dead, as through a wedding celebration. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, but your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking, as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath, your tongue fluttered in vain. So I'm pretty sure the whole reason he wants you to be a high level is just so you can start to experience those dreams that are sort of setting up the story a little bit. Oh, look at that. 5 speed, 5 intelligence, and 3 strength. That's not bad to start off with. Very good. Okay. Right. Now let's go report in at the Fighters Guild and get our next job. I have a very simple contract. Yes, I took out the cave rats, killed the rats. Not bad for you. Ready for more orders? I am ready for more orders. Local egg mine has a problem with egg poachers, and you're going to solve these problems. May sound silly, but those karma eggs are among the few things worth exporting from this nasty little province. Drambrero, the owner of Shulk Egg Mine, wants to make an example of these thieves to keep other miners from getting funny ideas. Egg poachers Sevilo, Othan, and Danila Valas, former egg miners, long-time local troublemakers. You can handle that, can't you? Report back when the poachers are dead. Shulk Egg Mine. Short distance southwest of Balmora. There's actually pretty good directions, but there's honestly only one way to get there, so... They get an advancement yet? I am an apprentice. Very nice, thank you. Okay, well, off to Shulk Egg Mine we go. So, this is, of course, thankfully one of the easier locations to get to. All we're going to do is head straight south, straight out of town, and we'll be there momentarily. One of the benefits of modded Morrowind is that the view distance is a lot further, so you can actually see the bridge that she was talking about in her directions straight away, which is really, really good. Oh, there's gold cannet here. Willow and heather. Huh. Shame there's no stoneflower. That's everything that Ajira needs almost. That's something. Okay, so that's an ancestral tomb. That's not what we want. We want just past these fires up here. Hello, Scrib. Here's a good little Scrib. Hello. I should get the Pet the Scrib mod. Keep forgetting to install it. Maybe I'll remember to put that in for the next episode. And if we just come up this way, we can have a chat to these miners here. Do you know anything about the egg poachers? Used to work here, not good people. Could be hiding anywhere in the mine. Haven't seen. Eggs keep disappearing and they know the place. Easy for them to get in and out, stay out of sight. Well, I guess we have a mine to go hunting through then. The hilarious thing is that the Fighters Guild not only has no issue with me coming in here and killing most of these Quama, because they're all hostile, but you can totally just take the eggs for yourself. Yeah, it's not stealing whatsoever. You can grab as many eggs as you want. You can kill as many Quama as you want. Of course, they're not all hostile. The workers aren't hostile, thankfully. We want to go through the mining camp from memory. They're just out the other side. But yeah, see, even if I quick save here, I can literally just go, right, see these ones? These are stealing, because these are considered owned. But if I go over here, these ones, yeah, I can just pinch. No issues whatsoever. But we'll be good. We'll leave them their eggs. We will leave them their eggs. Hello, Scrab. Getting lucky today. It's mostly scribs and workers. There's been a few times I've gone through here and there's been a lot more hostile ones. Also, the very first time I played Morrowind, I did not realize that these things weren't hostile. And they were so freaky looking that I just started attacking them. Dear. Good old Morrowind and its weird bug things. Now, is this what we're looking for? Queen's Lair. Yeah, here they come. Alright, let's quickly deal with you. And then deal with you. What is interesting, though, is that these guys are clearly natives. Like, they're both dumbers. So, is it really poaching? I feel like they should have a... Ow. Excuse me. I feel like they should have a reasonable claim to their own eggs. And if we do follow the Fighters Guild quest through to conclusion, you'll actually see that this is an interesting kind of early setup for some... it's called the Moral Quandaries. Inherit into the Fighters Guild quests. Yeah, we go. Should have used this. Get my fatigue back up. There we go, thank you. And of course they've all got a whole bunch of eggs, which I can freely help myself to. Again, I can just poach the eggs back off the poachers. But that is fine. We will leave... Oh, you haven't got any eggs. We will leave the eggs on your corpse for everyone else to collect. That is not a problem. Damn it. Can I civvy back from here or recall? No, civvy's nice and quick. Get lucky there. Right, when we get some money, I'm going to train up. I'll probably get the level up off of mysticism. These are all mysticism, aren't they? Yeah, mysticism. Restoration's a lot easier to bring up naturally. Mysticism is a lot harder to train unless I make a specific training spell for it, and I'd rather not just walk around spam clicking. It's honestly just easier to pay for the training. Okay. Got your egg poachers. That's another 100. That's not too bad. Contract for the Caldera Mining Company. Okay. You get any advancement yet? No. Okay, how are we going for money? 276. I was really hoping not to leave Balmora if possible, but I think that is it for guild quests that we can do around here without leaving town. So what I might do before I head off, because I want to do some stuff in Caldera anyway, get some advancement in the Mages Guild. Adira's already given me... Okay, so I've got to wait for my requirements to go up. So she's not going to give me anything till I'm higher level. That is totally fine. That doesn't really bother me. No, I was kind of wanting to do some stuff in Caldera anyway, so let's finish the episode off with doing that. So, of course, the main benefits to Caldera are, one, we can just come in here and pilfer the alchemical tower for some good high-price stuff that we can sell later on. Just yoink all of that. Very nice. Unfortunately, we can't sell it to anyone here, but we will sell it to someone later. Conjuration level. Can I help myself to that book? Looks like it. Nice, I'll sell that later. Let's get some soul gems. Definitely take some Flynn. Flynn is always useful. Master, not so much. Master, not so much. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of Creeper Shuffle while we're here. I honestly don't really have much that he'll buy at the moment. This will be more useful later once I've got some decent things to sell, but bare minimum, I wouldn't mind grabbing some levels for some training. Just get a pinch. I love annoying these orcs so much because all they'll do is shout at you. They won't do anything at all to stop you from just robbing them blind. So, of course, we're just going to rob them blind. This is one of these Morrowind things that feels super exploity, but is totally an intended mechanic. Orcish Cuirass, what have I got at the moment? Imperial Cuirass. I actually switched to the Orcish stuff and sell the other stuff. Because the Orcish is actually really decent quality. That's why we take medium armor. Okay, Creeper, what are you going to buy? I always forget what you actually buy. I'm creeping. Oh, I hate the unpause mod that it zooms in so much. I do not need to be that close to Creeper. Okay, what do you buy? What do you buy? You'll buy this stuff. Yep. You buy my clothing. You won't buy my clothing. Will you buy these? You do not buy those. Will you buy a book? Don't buy a book. Will you buy my platter? Yep. Do you buy these soul gems? You do buy the soul gems. Fantastic. Alright, let's sell you the soul gems. Okay, that's cleared out some weight too. Yep, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good trade. It's almost the full 5 grand. Yeah, we'll take that. That will be enough for now. And we finally got a complete armor set other than a gauntlet. I just need some kind of gauntlet. Right, here's an armorer. Hello, good sir. Let's quickly do some repairing. Do you have a gauntlet? We've got adamantium gauntlets. Oh no, those are braces. Here we go. Do I spend 2 grand on... No, I really don't want to. No, not when the steel ones are so cheap. Any medium ones? I'm just going to take the... Yeah, take the steel ones. That's fine. No, I've already got the left. Yeah, I just need the right. That's fine. Now, finally, full set of armor. It is a mix of medium and heavy. I would like to potentially go one way or the other. In the end, would be good. Okay, let's... What were we doing? We're going to kill the Telvanni Agents. Okay, one thing I'm definitely not going to be doing is getting the boots of blinding speed. Not unless I really, absolutely, definitely need them, which I don't foresee happening. Just because I'm already using them for the other playthrough, and I honestly don't like... There's not enough running around in the main game to justify it. The only reason I got them is that the mainland is so big and there's so much running around that I really felt like I needed them. Once we start leveling speed, it's really not going to be an issue for us here. And the good thing is these are going to be far more edited videos than those, so I can always just, you know, cut out all of the wandering around. Which, speaking of, I'm going to do right now, because this bit always takes a little while getting over to the mining company. So we will join you back over there. Oh, actually, that said, you have a really good axe. Might very, very quickly just do your quest. Because I really, really want your axe. I need to remember to come back here because that's where we go for the mining company, but I don't think we have to go too far up this way. So, sorry, I skipped through that. Basically what happened is that he claims that he was traveling with a witch who has robbed him of his clothes and his special weapon. So we have agreed to go hunt down said witch and get his clothes and weapon back. She is very close by. Should be just up here if my memory serves me right. Which it usually doesn't. I always get lost in this area. Every time I go looking for Pemini, I always get lost and I never find her. I'm sure she was up this way. Oh, please don't tell me I went the wrong way. I don't remember her being this far away. Oh no, there she is. There she is. No, we're good. Okay. Now, sadly, we're going to have to do a bit of a bad thing here. If we talk to her about Lormar... True story is that I took him as a travelling companion. Along the way, he was getting entirely too friendly. Just to teach him a lesson of manners, I stripped him and took Cloud Cleaver as well. I don't think he's ready to get it back right yet. If he meets me in 3 days, I will return him. That is Socia's offer. Now, if I was being a good person, I would, of course, side with Socia here, because if we know one thing about Nords, they tend to get a little over-friendly, especially with the ladies. Unfortunately, though, I really want the axe, and he gives me some strength training, so we are going to have to side with him. Thankfully, he's going to do most of the work for us. There we go. Sadly, it's all over now. Alright, and we get Cloud Cleaver, which is an enchanted axe. It's going to be very useful for when we go ghost hunting. And we've got some disease resistance and cure potions. That's also really useful. Now, sadly, it does have the issue that we can't block with it. Now, we're going to quickly give it back to him. He's going to increase our strength, and then we are going to thank him by immediately going berserk and chopping into pieces. or immediately get killed. Hold on, when's the last time I saved? It was when I rested. That did not work. Oh. Okay. Plan B. Plan B, we hit him with a Hellfire. That could quite likely one-shot him. Or we just keep the axe and don't care about the 2 points in strength. Maybe that's a better approach. Let's try that. There we go. Let's see what you think about this. Okay. This is where Rest of St. Maris comes in really helpful, because it should counteract his unarmed stamina damage. Okay, I'm still going to have to go berserk, though. Just to get some attack on him. There we go. That is more like it. Okay, sweet. Now we got a really good axe, which we're not going to use yet, because I still want to keep training up my block. Okay, and let's quickly rest. Counteract that berserk debuff. Okay. Let's quickly pop over to the mines. This shouldn't take a second. Guide, and I didn't have to use that Hellfire Scroll because I'm probably going to want to have to use it right now, because you get swarmed by all three of these guys at the same time. And here we go. So if we go just back to where we met Nord Friend, we follow the road the other way. Very clearly signpost, thankfully. A lot of these areas around here, as much as I get lost looking for specific people because I forget which specific road they're on, most of the signpost directions around here are actually really good. And you can just see it over the edge there, what we're looking for. We are the Caldera Mining Company. Now, again, this is one of those quests that feels like you should be going one way. And it's very easy. This guy blends in over here. It is very easy to miss him and just think, oh, it's probably going to be over here in the actual mining company. No, don't go that way. Come back over here and talk to our wood elf friend here. Telvanni Agents. I haven't seen any Telvanni Agents, although now that you mention it... Haha. There we go. It's lucky you didn't have any enchanted arrows there. Oh, that is a very good shield. Nice. Is the steel shield actually worth anything at all? Only worth 100 for 20 weight. You know what? We'll swap you. You can have that one back. Okay. Do some quick healing. Okay, now we're going to ready our Hellfire Scroll because we're going to get swarmed the second I step in here. We're going to hopefully try to hit all three of them at once. Okay, here we go. Come on, get close, get close, get close. Nope. That did not do anywhere near enough damage. Ow, ow, my back. Run away. Heal up. Okay, we're going to get totally swarmed when I get in there. So, we're going to take a chance. I'm going to wait here until I get my berserk back. I don't think I'm going to manage to get a block off. I'm going to go in with the highest damage and just start swinging. Yeah, sadly, agility is an issue. That's fine. quickly heal up. Benefit of Berserkers, I got basically guaranteed casting there. Just need to drop one of these guys. There you go. Come on, 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 come on. That's one down. Heal back up. To do it before I run out of fatigue. That's 2. And that's 3. Whew. That was a bit close. Fortify speed, that's nice. Don't take fortify health, it's a trap. You got anything interesting? A little bit of money. Okay, I'm going to use your potions just to quickly heal up then anyway. Very good. And let's grab a quick rest, of course. Don't want to get caught on the debuff. Now, from memory, I don't think there's actually anything good in here. A little bit of change. Might get lucky and get some sort of weapon drop. Or a scroll. Usually the best reason to go through these is because of the scrolls. Every now and again you get really lucky. You get like a Cash's Lock Splitter or something like that. Doesn't look like it today. Nothing interesting in there either. Alright, looks like this was a bit of a bust. I'm not going to run through the whole cage, there's not really much point. Okay, and I don't need anything in Caldera either, so we can just recall back to Balmora, I think. Very nice. Of course, we're over the wrong side of the road. That we can cheat. I'm civvy over to the temple side. There we go. This is best done when mysticism's a little bit higher, but, you know, get a little bit of XP. No, and I think that's mostly it for her jobs now. Do we do anything else for her? I always forget. I haven't done the Fighters Guild quests in ages. Let's quickly check. Because I want to get to level 3 before we head off. Dealt with them 400 septums. It's not bad. Need to do more duties. Need someone to return a code book. Satilde at the south wall. Okay, yep. We can do that quickly. That's right next to Caius's house. Okay. Let's do some quick training here. I'm not going to do any work for the Thieves Guild, so I can do this the easy way. Now, who offers mysticism training? So I'd like to just quickly grab 10 levels of that. Do you offer mysticism so I don't have to keep chasing? You do. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be enough for a level up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, I might grab a little bit of restoration as well. Just bump that up even just to 35. Good. Now, does anyone here sell a levitate? Really like a levitate spell before I go to Vivek. Sure, one of you did. Levitate. 10 points for 30 seconds. That would do. It's pretty slow, but it's better than nothing. What is my cast chance? 0% cast chance. Well, that's not Mark and Recall over 50 and basically 100% on our healing spells. Okay, can I make a levitate that I can use? Okay, levitate on self. I want 30 seconds. Got 1 to 10 points. If I have a decent cast chance, even that might work. Let's go quick levitate. Let's grab a little bit of alteration training from Shan. This is going to stuff my levels up, but I really don't care. I'm not getting around the back without levitating. I want to get alteration up to 25. Ah, there goes most of my money. What's the cast chance on that now? 65%. That's not awful. That'll do. Especially if I grab a water walking spell. Actually, has someone here got water walking? Can hopefully train up with that one because that's usually really cheap. Water walking. Okay. That's a 70% cast chance. Can I make a 1 mana version of that? Yeah, go 10 second. Okay. Alt training. Right. Okay. Let's grab a level up. Okay. Okay. This one's not too bad. This one's not too bad. So we're going to go strength. We've got 5 in willpower. That's good. And let's keep bumping up the speed. And I didn't automatically go to level 4. Oh, no, I did. I just needed to sleep again. Okay, yeah, see, we're not going to get anything for these levels. Let's go a little bump to speed, intelligence, and we might start moving agility a little bit. Yeah, we'll do the same thing here. I think it's just going to pull me up to level 5, hopefully. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Couple of rubbish levels, but it really, again, doesn't matter because we're going to be moving to a reasonably high level regardless. Okay. I'm just going to train up my alteration as I wander around. Okay, so now Caius is going to give us our orders. I want you to interview 3 informants in Vivek City, including the Nerevarine and the 6th house. First, I want you to speak to Adherenia, a Khajiit Thieves Guild operative. Second, I want you to speak to Leah, an Argonian in the Morag Tong. And finally, I want you to speak with Meramilo, a temple priestess. And it gives us 200 gold, which is very nice. So these early quests are really good because they introduce you to all the guilds, all the powers and everything like that really well and really naturally. Probably more so, I think, than any of the other Elder Scrolls quests really do. So we've got Adherenia, find her in the St. Olm's Canton of Vivek. Be careful what you say and use common sense. People in the cantons are suspicion of outsiders. You may have to win or purchase their confidence. And this also teaches you about bribery and speechcraft, very useful. Lear is an Argonian and a Morag Tong assassin. You can find him in Vivek at the Black Shulk Corner Club, lower wasteworks of the Foreign Quarter. In addition to his other skills, Lear is also known around Vivek City as a student of history and a lover of books and odd things. Meramilo is a temple priestess who works in the libraries at the Hall of Wisdom and Justice. She's a friend, so be careful and don't get her in trouble. Temple's suspicious of outlanders and wouldn't be too happy to find Mera talking with you about religious matters. She'll be easy to spot. Look for the priestess with the copper hair and copper eyes. Very nice. And not only does that introduce you to all those factions, but it gives you a pretty good run of Vivek City where we're going to be spending quite a lot of time as well. So yeah, I am really, honestly impressed with this part of the main quest of Morrowind. I think it is one of the stronger parts, definitely. I do feel a little bit like it falls apart as it goes along, and we'll get to that eventually down the road. Hello, Satilde. Unfortunately, I am not going to be part of the Thieves Guild this playthrough, and as such, I sadly come on. There we go. And that is the fun of two-handed axes. Yep. Sadly, we need to do that. Now take your code book. You don't really have anything else interesting, no. You saw nothing. Right, I'm pretty sure that that is the last thing we need to do in Balmora. I hope it is, because I would like to move on to I would like to move on to Vivek, if I can. This has been a reasonably long episode, but I really wanted to get through everything that we need. Actually, speaking of, just while we're here, just in case I forget later, I need a copy of Chronicles of Naturelef, please. Oh, there we go. It's pretty cheap. Can pinch it from the bookstore in Vivek, but with no sneak, I really don't feel like taking those chances. Okay, got your code book. Here's your code book. 50 septums for basically murdering someone. Fantastic. And you're going to advance me. That's good. If you want more orders, to sell O's, runs a corner club in Suran. Okay, well, this feels like a reasonable place to stop off at least. Because everything's going to be sending me out of town now. So, you know what? Gonna take a quick rest, heal up. Just until morning. Very good. We'll go find a nice spot outside to take a little screenshot for the episode. Seeing as I feel like now we've done a pretty big bulk of everything we're going to need to do in Balmora for now. Somewhere over the river here, I think. Should be nice. I get the Silt Strider in the background. How's that? Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this quite large first episode. The other series with Legolas exploring all the mods and everything will definitely continue, as will Nerevarine playthrough in Oblivion. I also have another big edited run I'm slowly putting together for that I'm going to get around to. And I've got some reasonably fun ideas to do for Daggerfall as well. Still not 100% sure about Skyrim yet. I'm having the hardest time getting anything to record that well with my setup. So, yeah. I am off on holidays next week, so it's the main reason I wanted to really make sure that I got this out before I headed off, because it will probably be a couple of weeks before I get any more videos up, unfortunately. But I hope that you have really enjoyed this one. Why is it every time I'm trying to do... trying to do an ending bit, someone comes along and gets in the way? Dude, excuse me, let's just... Yeah, there we go. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Okay. Yeah, ending stuff. Please like, subscribe, comment, all of that good YouTube-y stuff. And we will catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.